Honorable Principal Dr. G. Srinivas
This call is
Acharya,
now being recorded.
Dr. Srilata Kamath, HOD, Department of Kaya Chikitsa and Manasa Roga, UG Associate Dean Dr. Via Kumar, today's coordinator Dr. Vijayendra Bhatt, all the staff members of Kaya Chikitsa and Manasa Roga, PG and UG delegates. Would like to extend a special welcome to our today's speaker, Dr. Swagath.N, Ayurvedic physician, pranic healer, Marma Vaidya. Currently working as HOD, Professor, Department of Kaya Chikitsa, GNAMC, Ludhiana, with 16 years of clinical experience. Sir has pursued his graduation degree from SDMCA Hassan and post-graduation in Kaya Chikitsa from SDMCA Udupi in 2006. Sir was awarded as the best physician twice at SDM College of Ayurveda Hospital, Hassan. Has presented several scientific papers at national and international seminars, was awarded with Best Paper for essay on nutrition deficiency in Ayurveda, has given talks on All India Radio and various television programs like Ayurdhama and Nitya Sanjeevani, has been guest speaker in various state and national level CME programs. We are honored with your presence, sir. Handing over to you.
Very warm welcome to you all. First of all, I would like to show my respect to all my gurus who are present over there, and shall start my presentation with the blessings of my Guru, Dr. G. Srinivas Acharya sir. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
So, I'm sharing this. I think, is it clear? Hello?
Yes, it is visible, sir. Please start.
Okay. Yes. Today's topic is boosting immunity in COVID era. So this is the hot topic which is running everywhere, and most of the seminars and speeches and CMEs, everything is going on how to boost the immunity in this COVID era or the pandemic which has hit the whole world. So let us start with what exactly is this boosting of the immune system. Is there any word so-called boosting the immune system? So according to us, it is not scientifically accepted the word boosting the immune system. So let's see what exactly is these things happen. So basically, long back in 1918, I suppose, similar pandemic was there. Similarly, a flu was there. So after that, what happened is there are many scientific discoveries, and then it was said that it was just a simple flu. Later, what happened is this boosting of immune system is been went off. In those days, also there was a huge amount of acceptance of vitamin C as a boosting thing. So, according to one source, it is said that cayenne pepper and green tea can provide better protection against COVID-19 than face mask. But actually, if you see a face mask can give you better protection, the fraction of 5. There is a factor of 5 is 1 is to 5. It can reduce it. So there is no such thing or word called as boosting the immunity. Unfortunately, the marketing things have come up with these pills, concoctions, superfoods, or wellness habits. All these things are there. So let us see what exactly is basic things of what exactly is immunity is. Once you have any virus or bacteria coming to you or your body, we have got three basic mechanisms, that is skin, airways, and mucous membrane. So it has to bypass these three things. Once if they don't bypass this, then you don't get infected. Once your body is bypassed by this is like a general boundary or general wall to your body. Once these three are bypassed, then it enters your body and then you are called infected. You're infected by any of that virus or bacteria, whatever you call. So then starts your basic immunities. innate immunity and adaptive immunity. So once this is not there, what happens is your innate immune response tend to enter in. Once this enters in, this is a barrier, and what happens is it will not exactly make your body to invade easily. So after that, once they enter inside, there are certain chemicals which are released. They are chemical body barriers. They are entering once the virus is entered. These tend to act. That is the antibodies which are released in the body. They are called as adaptive immunity. And there's the second phase. Adaptive immunity phase is the second phase. Even sometimes in adaptive immunity, vaccines also do work. That is, once we have been vaccinated, these vaccines, what they do is they send stimulus to your brain, and your brain sends a signal that this is the attack what we have got, and such and such chemicals has to be released to fight against it, or some proteins will be released. So once this is how the fighting mechanism happens in our body. So next, what happens is the basic phenomena how they fight is it is the protective phenomena is inflammation. So any body, once it is being infected by anything, it gets some chemicals like T cells specific to it. It is released. For example, even to COVID-19 also, if there is a T cell which is released, it acts only against COVID-19, but it doesn't act against any other virus or bacteria. So that is how our adaptive immunity works. So it is only specific to that. So nowadays, what we can see is people are telling that once who has become negative after getting positive, even he may lose his immunity within months. This is what is being current scenario. That means again he may be prone to the infection. So the most infectious will trigger immunity naturally, but there is no way to get on it. So the concept of boosting a person's immunity would presumably involve making them responses more active or stronger. So what we can say is we can make the person more stronger, and actually that is not so. So what happens is immunity boosters what we take is that is to reduce the inflammation of the body. They work accordingly. But in fact, if you see that the inflammation itself is the protective mechanism in our body. So once this inflammation is a protective mechanism, so but the immunity boosters reduce the inflammation. That is quite controversy to that. It doesn't cope up with that. It is quite controversial. Whereas immunity is the inflammation mechanism to hold this bacteria or virus, whichever is coming. Whereas this immunity boosters, they reduce the inflammation. How is this so? Then the word of immunity boosting doesn't sound good. So how to understand this? Anything what you require to be in a state of healthy condition. Healthy condition, I said the word healthy condition, not the boosted immunity condition. Healthy condition is some few supplements or vitamins or there things what you need to, like traces of elements, zinc, selenium, copper. These are the things what you require to your body. So if at all you are healthy and there are optimum levels of these trace of minerals, then you don't need even supplements. It is just an vitamin D which is required for your body. So in certain Western countries, wherein you can see the vitamin D is lacking there. Once it is not there, they don't come out to sunlight. They get deficiency in this vitamin D. So nowadays, the supplements of vitamin D has come out, especially these soya oils, and some vitamins have come out, injections have come out, and some medicines like with different units, the vitamin D has come out, and it has been shown that it is going to help the body immune system active. Let me tell the word active. It is not boosted; it is active. So next is how crucially it acts. That is the question. Now the main point is what is the immune system or immune response to do with the age. So we have seen that most of the age-old people nowadays, it is still in COVID-19, people who die are more than 60. So why do these people die? How is their immune system low? So what best can be understood is it is the T cells which is being released in the body, and that is the thymus. So in age-old people, probably the thymus is atrophied, and they are not capable of releasing the T cells to that extent to fight against the virus or bacteria. Henceforth, these aged people, they are not in a position to fight with that bacteria or virus. Next is these people, usually they tend to suffer from many diseases like chronic diseases, metabolic syndromes like diabetes mellitus, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases. So when that is there, their diet would be very much restricted diet. They don't take good healthy food, and they don't take nourishment which is required for the body, and these minerals and elements which are traces of elements which is like selenium, magnesium, or manganese, all these are very required in minute quantity, which are not insufficient through their food. So what happens is these glands, they get atrophied. Not most of them, but in maximum in Western countries, what we are seeing is this is what has been happening. So once that is there, the body cannot respond to that, and most of the time, what you see is the people who die, even without COVID-19, the elder people who are there, they die usually with infection. Once they got the respiratory infection, and respiratory infection, they could not recover, and death happens within 2 to 3 days or a few weeks. So that is what has happened in the system, what we are seeing today. So next, what happens is, so how to get this? Let us see, good health is a good immunity. So how good health is good immunity or good immune system? We have got 5 markers here. What we are saying is 5 markers in which we can see that these 5 markers are the best thing or to say that the person is in optimum health or good health. So what is these 5 types of physical well-being? First thing is physical well-being. Physical well-being encompasses your diet, your emotions, your sleep cycle, and your mental health. Next is second one is social well-being. So social well-being is touching in getting in touch with your friends or your family members, relations. This helps with the social. Next is community. What is community? Doing good things or good deeds to your community members or community or the society or for your nation. Last but not least, it is most important thing, economical. Economical comprises of 2 things, that is career and finance. A person needs a career in his career growth or good career and finance. What are maybe the career? You need a good career and good financial condition to maintain all this. If any of this is disturbed, especially the first one and the last one, if they are disturbed, then the person gets disturbed. Then its physical and mental well-being will be lost. Now, what are the aims of boosting the immunity? So the aim of boosting the word, scientifically the word boosting the immunity is not correct, but still as it is the theme, we are using the word. So swasthasya swastharakshanam, aturasya vikara prasamnam cha. This is what the maintenance of the health, or if the disease is there, then you have to subside the disease. How, what is the definition of Sustha? We all know that Samadosha Samagnisya Samadhatamalakre Prasannathpindhyamana Sustha. So it is the balancing of the harmony between this dosha, dhatu, agni, and the malakriya, and the happiness of the Atma, Indriya, and Mana. So this is when it is maintained. How to maintain this? You have to do the pratipalana. You have to balance this. You have to take care of it in a very good manner. So that is how swastha rakshanam. How to do the rakshana? Kshapet brahmaya chapet. If it is increased, you reduce this. Otherwise, if it is reduced, increase this. That is how the Vividoktamani Adhyaya you can have the cross reference. Now, how to do this is the, according to the Kaya Chikitsa point of view, if you see, prime thing is Agni is the prime important thing to have all this good immunity or swasthya selection, whatever is there, you have to have the good Agni. That is what is it, because all these Agnis are in turn having the mutual interrelationship between the Datvagni and Jatragni. So once the Datvagni and Jatragni are balanced, then you are having good health. So Ayurvaranam Balam Swastham Utsaho Upachayo Prabha Ojas Tejo Agneha. Pranascha Deha Agni Yedakaha. That means the Agni is the basic element for maintaining all this. If the Agni is not there, the person is considered to be dead. Shante Agnu Mriyate. So, Yukte, if it is balanced and in good condition, Chiram Jivayati Anamayaha. Without disease, he will be disease free. He can maintain his good body. So let us continue with this. How you consider this ojas? Or ojas is the what we consider as ojas. Ojas is the again present in all the three dosha. If you consider this, it is in the prana vayu in vayu, and in pitta it is pachaka pitta and sadhaka pitta. You may be confused by sadhaka pitta. I'll tell you. And kapha, all types of kapha, because kapha itself is ojas, what is considered kapha. Kapha is also considered as bala. So why sadhaka pitta? While explaining I'll just go to it. While explaining the pitta karmas, different pitta karmas are. Can I pause this? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I just wanted to read the shloka, that's all. Yes. Here what is said is, you can see, I think you can see the shloka. Raga Paktya Ojas Tejo Meda Oshmak Krita Pittam Panchada. So here Dalana says Oja Krita Sadhakagni Sangya Pittam. Ojo Rudhistatam Somatmakam. It says Oja Krita Sadhaka. Oja Krita Sadhakagni. So that is what has been said. Ojo Krita Sadhakagni. So one of the work of the Ojas is Sadhaka Pitta is the because of the Ojas it is been functioning. So we need a good ojas. There are two types of ojas. I'll not get into this ojas for you. You all know about ojas and you have read about it. So what exactly and how to achieve this good standard optimum ojas? We all know this ojas is the essence of all the dhatus. It is the essence or it is the sara of all the dhatus. So how to get the essence of these dhatus is simple. We all know that it is by rasayana. Because rasayana only way how we can attain all this sara of the dhatus. Because all the dhatus are being nourished only through rasayana. So how? The intake of rasayana, we have got many types of rasayana, Vatavitika, Kuti Praveshika. But to our today's topic, we have taken this variety, that is Aushadha rasayana, Ahara rasayana and Achar rasayana. These are the three different rasayanas to which we are going to see how we can boost our immunity. So, in Aushadha Rasayana, all rasayanas which are explained in Charaka Samhita or Brihatrayas, they act as improving the ojas or boosting the immunity. Especially in that, if you the topic is COVID-19, which has got the symptom wise, the ultimate symptom would be pneumonia or flu, whatever is there. The Agastya Rasayana is considered the best Rasayana, which is being said as the in Ashtanga Hridaya. It is Ashtanga Hridaya says that Agastya Rasayana is the Shrestha Rasayana. So after that, what is being said is Vasishtha Ritaki Rasayana. So what is this Vasishtha Rasayana? Why we need to take this Vasishtha Ritaki Rasayana is because the same phenomena or the benefits are there, but this Vasishtha Ritaki Rasayana is given for the Swastha persons. That is what we have to understand. It is for the Swastha persons, and this Rasayana doesn't need any diet or anything. We have to maintain it. There is no limitations for this, but the other rasayanas have got some limitations. But Vasishtha Ritaki Rasayana, because the main ingredient of this Vasishtha Ritaki Rasayana is Dashamala. Next, you have got Nagavala Rasayana, Estimadu Rasayana, and Nagaradi Rasayanas. To these three rasayanas, why I'm most stressing this Estimadu Rasayana. If you study this, many studies have been taken place wherein it is said that Estimadu has got a very good capacity to fight this or stop this replication or adherence of this virus, especially COVID-19. There is a research, you can Google it, in which the effect of Estimadu on different viruses. To the maximum viruses, this is considered to be, it is what I can say, it stops or it withholds the addition of these viruses. And Nagaradi Rasayana, we all know that today we are using all these immunity boosters, what it is in market, Shunti is there. And next is Vidangadi Rasayana. In Rasayana chapter Vidanga, where in SS Vidanga Rasayana, they clearly says that we don't get disease till we die. That is Niramaya, the person will die in Niramaya. And Langalyadi Gutaka also considered as the Niramaya. It doesn't have the disease. And all other rasayanas like Shirajitu Rasayana is there, Vardhamani Pippali Rasayana is there, Bhargava Prokta or the Agastya Rasayana is there. All these are rasayanas, they have the same capacity. But these rasayanas, why I selected is only because these two rasayanas, they are explained in Rasayana chapter and they have the effect of disease-free life. So the main concept of immunity is to have the disease-free life. Hence, we are having selected these Vidangadi Rasayana and Langaladi Rasayana. Next is after that Aushadha Rasayana, we are coming to the Ahar Rasayana. So what about the Ahar Rasayana? The main aim of Ahar Rasayana, what about the food what we take, what foods we have to take and how we have to take. So before going to that Ahar Rasayana, I would just get your idea regarding what is free radicals. So what exactly is a free radical? So free radicals are charged molecules that, if not contracted by an antioxidant, run riot through the body and they cause the irreparable damage to cell membranes. Once they damage the cell membranes or the cell structures, even the DNA structure they can change. So then what happens is there is a degenerative disease or there may be an what you call virulence to infection. So we have to maintain this balance between this antioxidant and free radicals. So next, what exactly is an antioxidant? Antioxidants are substances that work interactively inside and outside the body cells. They protect our cell membranes from this damaging effect of this free radical. This is how this we get the free radicals to our body: UV light, air pollution, smoking, and metabolism, inflammation, any inflammation, chronic inflammations. All these in turn they damage our body. So what exactly happens when there is these three types of damage to our body? So what does they do? They do the oxidative damage to our body. This oxidative damage is nothing but a biological rusting. You all know the iron gets rusted. Likewise, our body also gets rusted. That is so it's called biological rusting. So how is this having this impact on our body is because, for example, one cigarette per day reduces your body vitamin C by 50%. So you can assume the amount of free radical effect to your body. So what happens? We get antioxidants. Where do you get these antioxidants? Our body itself generates certain antioxidants. What are they? Like they generate some antioxidants like glutathione. What is glutathione? It is a master antioxidants. Next is SOD or superoxide dismutase. It is also another antioxidant which has got traces of zinc, copper, manganese, and these are present. So here I want to tell you one more thing. Copper utensils or copper or the Somanati Tamra Basma itself. If you consume, if you read this Rasatarangini or Rasarata Samuchaya, wherein it is clearly said that it can cure many diseases. Tamra Basma can cure many diseases, and this copper, or you using copper utensils or drinking water in copper, so it is called because this superoxide dismutase is released in the body, which help in having the immune system active in our body. The next one is N-acetylcysteine, or it is also called as NAC. What happens? Even this will enhance the immune function in the body and maintain the healthy lung function. So this is what is happening and maintaining the healthy lung function. So we have got many other things. Next is vitamin E, which is most important. Again, you have categories in that: water soluble, fat soluble, fat soluble antioxidants. So these are the things. Okay. Next, we are coming with the ORAC, ORAC or the ORAC score. What is this ORAC? You can see here oxygen radical absorbance capacity. So what is this oxygen radical absorption capacity? So once by this, there is a score you get in unit for every substance. Substances what we consume, foods or spices, whatever you consume, there is a unit for this ORAC score, the oxygen radical absorbance capacity of that food. Then that food is graded by the antioxidant. So this has got so much of antioxidants. According to the free radical theory, the aging and disease, a high antioxidant food which slows the oxidative process, and free radical contributes to age-related degeneration. Here you have the ORAC values. Let me, before this, I want to tell you one thing. Even if you take more food which has got ORAC or the high level of foods, it is of no use. Let's see, you can just see this peppermint leaves, it's got 13,978 units per 100. Likewise, you have got this, you can just see all this. I'll not read all this, which is not necessary. You can go through internet, you get all this. But what is the daily requirement of ORAC? That is what is most important. Daily requirement is daily requirement is 3,000. It's only 3,000 to 5,000 is the daily requirement. It is enough. 3,000 to 5,000 is more than enough. Even if you enhance that by taking 10 to 15% or 20% of fruits, then it is of waste. The excess antioxidants which are generated by a body is removed through the kidneys. So the necessity of these antioxidants is only 3,000 to 5,000 ORAC value. So let us see which has got the highest world's top 10 ORAC foods. I'll just put the file. So first of that is cloves. Grounded cloves has got, you can see there, it has got the 3,14,446. So if you see a general thing, only 1 to 2 gram, if you see 1 to 2 gram will complete your daily need if you are taking cloves. If you're taking cinnamon, it also sees 1 to 2 gram. In turmeric, 1 to 3 grams maybe. It will get your need, daily requirement. So much of a small amount as these spices. That is why if you heard many speech of Dr. B.M. Megde, he will be saying Indian spices are very good for all the diseases. This is the reason it has got the high ORAC value. Henceforth, they balance your immune system and they take it to the optimum level and remove all this free radical and just prevent your cellular damage so that your body itself functions in an optimum way. So last is the Acharya Rasayana. What is Acharya Rasayana? Practicing of and implementing of the positive lifestyle routines. So positive, you know all this Acharya Rasayana, respect the elders, and you have to not do bad deeds. All this you all know. I'll not go into detail of what is Acharya Rasayana and what you have to follow. So I'll just tell you what is that impact. Nowadays, a new science have been evolved, that is psychoneuroimmunology. The psychoneuroimmunology they are interrelated, and how this is having the impact on your immune system, and that is what is our Acharya Rasayana itself, is the psychoneuroimmunology. So earlier days, it was thought that it was the pituitary gland, which is called the master gland. So once the pituitary gland was called considered as the master gland, pituitary gland, and later it used to send signals, messages to all this brain. And then this pituitary gland used to give all these signals what has to be secreted, thyroid or whatever from the ovaries, from the adrenals, from the testes, what has to be secreted. Later, they found that something else controls this pituitary, and that is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a very small walnut-sized gland. It has the impact on this pituitary. It controls it. So after that, they thought that there is something even more complex than hypothalamus. That is what is the nervous system. The connection between the nervous system and the immune system. See, our body is not a single unit. Like you got a hand is separate, brain is separate. It is an intertwined version. So everything is intertwined. So this, if you got any what I can call best, if you got any pain or physical stress is there, then your mind is upset. Why? It's an intertwined one. So best word I can say is the adara adaya sambandha between the sharira and the manas. If the sharira is imbalanced, then the manas is also imbalanced. If the manas is imbalanced, then the sharira also get imbalanced. That is the adara adaya sambandha between these two. So on that basis, the lymphatic system and the activity goes on, and it is a still emerging branch of science. And they say that our one of the main hetu for the disease is prajnaparada. So prajnaparada is not done if you are practicing the positive lifestyle or the achara rasayana. So if you practice achara rasayana and positive lifestyle, prajnaparada will not be done, and you are devoid of these diseases. So your body is in a healthy state and you can boost your immunity. And other yogasanas like Bhastrika is there. And this is a new version of detective breathing. What happens to this thing was, we know that we have to deep breathe. If you do the deep breathing, then our body gets more oxygen. And even in COVID-19, we have seen that many people they check pulse oximeter for the saturation of the oxygen. So what do you think? What we think is we need more of the oxygen, but we also need carbon dioxide. That is what this detect breathing is being explaining. What happens is, whenever you lack in carbon dioxide, you breathe excessively or make your body to a phase of hyperventilation, there is a devoid of carbon dioxide. When there is devoid of carbon dioxide, there is a reduction in the carbonic acid in the blood, wherein your body goes to a state which is called as alkalosis. At that time, you cannot have the absorption of the oxygen from your body which you have taken breath. So at that time, you can have this state wherein you go for an air hunger. Again, this is an inner concept. How to check this? You can see the score. I'll just explain this very simply. You can have an inhalation or the normal breathing for 30 seconds or deep breathing for 30 seconds. After that, you try to exhale the air completely from your lungs. Once you exhale, then hold your breath. Hold your breath till you feel that you want to take breath. You can hold it from your fingers, from the index finger and thumb finger. Close your nose tightly and hold your breath. And the moment you feel that you have air hunger or you want to breathe, then that time is the your breath time, or you can breath holding time. So this is the seconds. You can see 10 seconds, 20 seconds. 10 seconds is the least. This is the right side version. 10 seconds is the least version, wherein he is just above the death. Okay, just above the death. And if you can increase this, your body absorption of oxygen increases, tend to increase. And next is the pranayama. If you do pranayama in a proper way, this tends to increase. The breath holding capacity tends to increase. And last but not the least, Swasthya Paripalana, Anagata Bada Pratisheda, Swasthya Anuvartana Chikitsa, Antarbhaya Pratyaya Hetu Vigata, Vikara Anutparikara Chikitsa, Pariharya Dushpariyarya Hetu Prabandha, and Vikara Anutparikara Shodhana and Rasayana. These are the things, if you follow, you can boost your immunity in today's coming diseases, newer versions. One of them is COVID-19. So hence, I suggest that Aushadha Rasayana and Ahar Rasayana and Achar Rasayana. All these three mixed together boost your immunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed an highly informative session. Delegates, kindly post your questions in the chat box.
Hemalata, will you please read the question?
Yes, sir. Sir, is there any contraindication for drinking water kept in copper vessel in rainy season?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I just got disconnected.
Sir, there is a question in the chat box.
Yes, tell me.
Is there any contraindication for drinking water kept in copper vessel in rainy season?
In which season?
Rainy season.
No, it is not so. But you have to maintain the hygiene of the copper vessel. If you don't maintain that, that tends to have a high infection rate. The copper has got the high oxidative process, and if you don't maintain the hygiene properly, you will have the side effect. Other than that, there is no restriction.
Continuous use of honey and lemon. Is there any untoward effect?
Continuous use of honey and lemon. See, honey and lemon using with hot water and cold water again has got different effects. Continuous use depends on individual, no? And what is the state of his person's individual weight, or obese people, or if it's kapha prakriti, then it will not affect. If it's pitta prakriti, then likely to have some side effects. Depends on his prakriti. And even vata prakriti person also will have some effects. provided the kapha prakriti persons will not, or the kapha dominant diseases, they will not have effect.
So can you please explain treatment protocol of COVID according to Ayurveda?
Treatment protocol, see, it is again, there are three different phases, what I can say. A person who is not having any symptom, then there is no need to give any medicine. Even in the COVID centers also, they don't give any medicine. They just give some Acelac or vitamin C to just maintain his body. And otherwise, there's nothing is to give. And mild to moderate symptoms, you can give, in my case, I have treated more than 5 positive cases, and one of my doctor friend, he has got that, and it was just a simple kashayas which come, and lagumalni vasantarasa which I got. The kashaya formulation was tulsi and this cinnamon and ginger. These are the three things, four things. I just there was tulsi and shundi. These are the four things which was there in that kashaya, and kashaya was to give given morning once, night once. It was the 3 grams kashaya and to be boiled, and that ice kashaya was being given to drink. And you can see that if you see the Bhava Prakasha reference, wherein it is clearly said that the Trikatu and Saindavalavana, and if you just keep it in mouth, if you keep it in mouth, that will remove the kapha and the person will be devoid free of the jara. How you can explain this with COVID-19? It's very clear that this COVID virus stays in your mucous membrane for about 3 to 7 days. Okay, 3 to 7 days. So that is the window period where the person will not get any symptom, or even he will not be coming positive. And during that period, if you do this version of the Trikatu Saintavalamana, if you have it hot water, if you keep it in mouth or gargle it, then that virus is destroyed, because it is releasing a protein and destroying your protein, mucosal protein, and is getting infected. That is how this happens. And even in the China also, what they are using nowadays is just hot steam. So what we are suggesting is go for the steam, good steam, any Ayurveda medicines you can take, or the plain steam for, or Svedana, what I can say, for about 2 times or 3 times depending upon your body status. Then gargle the Gandusha Kavala with this Trikatu and Saindavalavana, as not the regular salt, it is Saindavalavana. And you do that, you are done. There is no need to worry about that.
So today, Rasayana Prayoga is the new trend. Single herbs are highly potent. Sometimes complications like hypokalemia for Yashti Madhu, itching for Ashwagandha. Can you comment on this?
See, why it happens is because of the adulteration, or the, you see, a marketing fellow wants to keep his drug, or for more duration. He puts something which you have to the so-called as what to call the derivatives of the other product to maintain this shelf life. I can say shelf life. That shelf life drugs can cause this, not the ashwagandha by itself. The drugs which have been adulterated or used for the maintain the shelf life, they cause this one. Otherwise, these ashwagandha and estimado, I don't see that this has got some allergic response to our body. This is my version. Hello?
So,
Anything
whether,
else?
yes, sir,
Yes.
there's one more question. Whether honey can be taken with hot water, according to Ayurveda, it becomes viruddha. Can you comment on this, sir?
No, it is not viruddha. See, hot water is not, you cannot boil it. See, the honey cannot be boiled or heated. Why you cannot heat it? Because honey itself is having high Ushna Guna, and if you heat it, it becomes Tikshna and it will destroy your body. That is the reason why it is not heated. So if you put to hot water or a lukewarm water and it reduces the kapha because of its Ushna guna. That's it. If you overheat it and drink it, it will harm you. That means you may have burning maturation or the calcium may be depleted through your urine because of this excess. The dhatu kshaya will be there. The main intention is Dhatu Kshaya. When is this Dhatu? So it is advised to take in lukewarm and for obese people, bit warmer. That is what. Otherwise, there is nothing like Viruddha. It is not Viruddha. It is Hanikaraka.
Okay, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir, there are no more questions.
Shall I close that?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It was indeed very edifying.